Hi everyone, welcome to the next short attention span webinar. Kelly Malazzi, how are you?
I'm doing great, Bill. How are you?
I am well. Hey, you know what? We're going to talk today about getting that lost account back. Now, Kelly, I know that you've never lost an account, so this will all be new to you. This will all be hypothetical.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, okay, so you know, how is it we lose an account? Of these four things, Kelly, while I'm talking, I want you to think about the question, which one do you think is most prevalent, okay? Number one, your company screwed up a job. Or maybe you come to work for a company and you call someone and they say, oh gosh, you know what, we're not doing business with you anymore because you people are idiots, you messed the job up. I hate that one. It's like nothing to do with you, but you're getting the brunt of it.
Yep.
The second one, maybe you lost the customer on price. Okay, you had them for a while and they went low bid. It's very common. The third one, they feel ignored or lack of contact. They just, you checked out, you assumed, you didn't make the call, and you call one day and they say, oh, somebody else came in. And the fourth one is the I don't know. You know, you lost the account, you have no reason where they went, how they went, and they won't even tell you. Maybe you can't even get in connection with them. Kelly, which one do you think is most prevalent?
No doubt it's number 3.
Absolutely.
By leaps and bounds, yeah.
Yeah, no, let's go to the lightning round. No, well done. You get full points. Why do you think that is, Kelly?
It really does boil down to the fact that people do still really want relationships in this day and age, especially as we get a little bit more disconnected. And people still really want to know that their business means something. They want to have that contact and that personal touch. And when they don't get it, you know, it's sort of that you're only as good as your last sales call. So, like I said, you haven't called on somebody in 3 or 4 months. Somebody else comes in. It's kind of like that dating where they're wooing your customers out from under you, and you don't even know it.
Well, just like you did to get the account, right? You wooed it to get the account, and now somebody else is going to woo right under you. So, yeah, so we lose accounts. That's basically the point of that. So what do? Well, first of all, we want you to understand that a company that has not placed an order in 12 months is gone. It might even be 9 months, Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember my boss told me 20 years ago or so, it's 18 months. I think it's less than that. I think if you don't have contact with someone in a 12-month period, they're gone. They're long gone.
Yeah.
So what that means is I think you go through your files and just check the dates, and you get a whole pile of files of companies that have not placed orders. So that's number one. The second thing is find out what happened. Kelly, how do we find out what happened?
Well, the most obvious way is just to ask. And just say, you know, I haven't heard from you in a while. And I even coach some of my clients to, you know, kind of use their boss as the excuse, you know, to say, you know, my boss just gave me this inactive report of accounts that haven't done business in a while, and I have to give him an answer about what's happened here, and say, you know, what's going on? What can I do? You know, maybe it's a good time for us to come in and do an account review and talk about, you know, some new things we have going on for both us and for you.
And I like that approach. I like that, what you just said. Let's do an account review. Some things have happened on this end that have changed. And you know what, the thing that you don't want to say is the obvious. Hey, you know what? We ignored you. Sorry. We haven't. Shame on us. We have not called on you. You've probably gone someplace else. You know it. I know it. Let's rebuild. That's not going to be said. So you're throwing something out there, and then if the client says, "Well, Kelly, come to tell you, somebody else scooped the business." So yeah, you absolutely have got to find out what happened, and something that's happened is probably not good. So Kelly, what comes next?
Yeah, it's the mea culpa. You know, it's the either we're sorry we screwed up, we're sorry about that late delivery, we're sorry that we haven't heard from you in a while. Even, you know, again, I always say throw your humanity into it as much as you possibly can. You know, you either got busy or, you know, some things happened organizationally, but you are ready to pick up the reins and reestablish this relationship, and you know, you want to do whatever it takes to, you know, to get back in their good graces.
You know, it's funny, we mentioned we put up apologize. That seems such a duh, right? When I'm coaching people, when I'm talking on this subject, and I ask people, okay, so what are you going to do? People say, well, it really wasn't my fault. It wasn't even our fault. In fact, as I looked into it, the company is the one that the client went out and they did this, and it's like, wait a minute, stop. Stop. What do you mean it's not your fault? What does it matter?
Right.
Be ready to apologize. Don't make excuses. They don't care that it wasn't you. They don't care that you were in college when this actually happened. You had nothing to do with it. On behalf of my company, we apologize. something happened. I don't know what it is, but if no one has ever said that they're sorry, I just want to tell you now, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that we lost your business.
That's very powerful.
But that's the humanity part of it, Kelly. I mean, you said it perfectly.
Yep.
That's the humanity part. And there is a percentage of people that are just going to exhale.
Yep.
And they're going to say, you know what? It's funny. I had a guy on the phone the other day. He made a $1,750 error. It cost me $1,750. And I was just inhaling. I wasn't going to kill the guy, but I was just inhaling to raise my objections and really get upset. And he said, Bill, this was my fault. He said, if I told you that, I was wrong. I can't do anything about it. I got to be honest with you. But I hope you realize that I'm sorry. I feel really badly about this. And it was like whoosh.
Yeah, it diffuses. It's like an anger diffuser. Really, it really is.
He took the wind out of my sails. And it was true. There was nothing that I could have done about it. He said to me, the follow-up statement was fascinating. He said, Kelly, he said to me, Bill, moving forward, this will never happen again. I'm going to double and triple check everything that I do for you. I will make up that money for you in investments. But he said, I really feel badly about this. And he sent me a follow-up email saying, next day, he said, I woke up this morning, I still feel bad about it. And it was the perfect thing to say.
Yep.
And it worked. It worked with me. Some people are still going to yell. Okay, they're going to yell.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, so be ready to apologize. Now, next thing I want is a meeting. And you said this, Kelly, so expand on that. What am I going to do in that meeting?
Well, and again, it may be semantic, but you really do want to frame this as almost more of a formal opportunity to, get everything out on the table. We really want to get all the, and you might want to use this kind of language, we want to get all the key players involved. I'm going to bring some people from my team who, you may not have had the opportunity to meet before, and we're all just going to really, get it all out onto the table, talk about the situation if it was a particular situation that occurred. Or again, you can always use this. We've got some new things going on over here that we want to share with you, and we'd like to hear about your goals and how we can help you achieve them. That's always, it's a lot harder for somebody to say no to something like that. Who would say no to something like that?
Well, sure.
Great opportunity.
But even if they say, hey, we're dealing with somebody else now, you can almost ignore that. Hey, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Here's a chance for me to review what they're doing for you. When's the last time they brought you a new idea?
Right.
Well, I'm going to bring you a whole bevy of new ideas. You might not like them, but at least you've heard them. So get that meeting, and then just understand. You lost them. You planted that seed. If it doesn't work, stay with it. Stay patient. Stay diligent. Call them every month or so. Throw something in the mail. Rebuild that trust, especially if they're really angry as to what happened. So that's how we regain the lost account. Now, Kelly, we should probably do something about how to never lose an account.
Yeah, I was going to, and I think it almost does go without saying, is folks, please don't let it get to this point. Please don't get to the point where you're asking yourself, how come I haven't heard from Bob in a year?
Yeah.
And your accounting system and should really have the ability to pull inactive reports on a fairly regular basis. I do that with all of my customers probably every 2 or 3 months, just to make sure there are no surprises. So yeah, try to get ahead of it. But
we talk in our time management about things to do in off-selling. When you leave the office and you've got to drive, grab the names and phone numbers of a few clients you haven't heard from, and just call them and check in. That's something you can do from the road. Hey, Kelly, Bill Farquharson, haven't heard from you, just want to check in. Here's my telephone number. I'd love to hear from you. Even if it's nothing more than that, and it's just a voicemail, that's better than what you're doing right now.
Yep.
Okay. All right, gang, thanks for your short attention today. Kelly, well done. We'll talk in the next short attention span webinar.